Hello, welcome to the Reading Forge. So today I'm going to give a few tips on how to look into the role that the authors of any sort of book are playing and understand how the authors are contributing to the conversation of science. Okay, so if you look at the back, like any book, it gives a little blurb about the authors. It says that Paul Taylor works at the Natural History Museum in London, and Aaron O'Day works at the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute in Panama. So that's pretty cool credentials. So let's get on the internet and see what we can find out about these two guys. Okay, so I think I'll start with Paul Taylor. So I'll type in Paul Taylor Natural History Museum, so I get the right Paul Taylor. And oh, here it is. Here's his webpage. Let's have a look. Okay, Natural History Museum. Yep, there he is. So, who is this guy? Well, he's an invertebrate, so he studies animals without backbones like insects and crustaceans, stuff like that. Paleontologist, okay, specializing in bryozoans. Right, Paul, what's a bryozoan? Okay, so let's put that in. What do we get? Oh, okay, let's just do an image search. I don't really want to know too much about this, but okay, there you have it, bryozoans. Okay, so when I go to somebody's web page, a scientist's web page, I know that I'm going to find a lot of technical stuff, but I'm looking for stuff that I, as kind of an educated outsider, can kind of read without, investing huge amounts of time. So there's not much here on the home page. Let's go to impact and outreach. Whoa, so Paul doesn't really have too much stuff that I can tell. His publications, I'm sure these are going to be pretty full on. Let me have a look. Here we go. Oh, living fossils. Okay, so fossils, bryozoas. Okay, difference in extinction rate. Okay, so he's a specialist in fossils and this particular group, but I don't see. Okay, so I know something about him, but there's not too much here that I can really read without spending a lot of effort. Some time, okay, but there's going to be effort to understand his webpage. So I'm going to look up, Aaron O'Day. Okay, Smithsonian, there we go. But let's go check out his Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute webpage, see what we can get. Okay, the rich marine fossil records of the tropics provide an opportunity to observe how complex life responds to natural and human-induced changes. Okay, obviously there's a big difference already. We've got, Paul Taylor had a lot of text and his little picture, and Aaron O'Day's is much more visual. So I'm thinking that old Aaron had a little bit more to say with how this book was laid out, because this book is beautiful. Okay, so how do I find out something about him without investing a huge amount of time? Because what we want is to be efficient readers. Okay, let me see. Research focus. Okay, research in my lab focuses on change in marine ecosystems over time. Already we can understand this, so let's read on. Okay, Caribbean. Okay, great, so we can read this. Ooh, and I see over here the O'Day lab. If you get to a scientist's website and they have a link to their personal lab webpage, always check it out, because in that webpage most scientists have more freedom to express themselves to a different sort of audience. And so yeah, let's check it out. So O'Day lab, look at this, this is gorgeous. Let's go down. Research in our lab aims to better understand how life on Earth changed over time. Okay. Okay. Pretty cool. Yeah, so already I can see that if I spend some time reading this, I won't have to spend too much effort, that Aaron O'Day has done a lot of work to make it so that people like me can kind of engage with his work. Let's see, lab members, whoa, what? So in a research lab, in case you don't know this, there's usually some kind of senior person, the principal investigator or the professor or somebody kind of senior. And in that lab, there's often maybe postdocs, people who have a PhD and who are doing their own research project but don't have the full-time position. Or maybe there's PhD students, there might be some people helping, there might be visiting professors. So there's all sorts of people that are involved in a research lab. But what really, wow, is artists. Like, this is very unusual, so I'm intrigued. Who are these artists and what are they doing in the Aaron O'Day lab? So let's have a look. Okay. Oh, this guy. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Okay. This is a total rabbit hole, and after I'm done with this video, I'm going to go read about this. But we can see how both Aaron O'Day and Paul Taylor are part of the scientific story behind fossils. And we can see, especially when we look at Aaron O'Day's website, we can kind of get some sort of feeling for how this element of the conversation, the scientific conversation, came to be. And I think this is really worth our time and effort when we get a new book to find out something about who's writing it, so that we can have a sense of their place in the bigger conversation about science. Okay, so I think that's about it for this one. And if you have any comments or any suggestions, if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, please put it in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.